Hi everyone, welcome to tutorial for Rubik's Cube. In this video, you will learn how to solve 3 by 3 Rubik's Cube using an easy method. You will just have to memorize 2 easy sets of moves. Now, let's see what 3 by 3 cube consists of. A cube has 3 layers, the bottom layer, the middle layer and the top layer. It has 3 main parts, center, edge and corner. Let's talk about how cube moves. The Rubik's Cube has 6 sides that can be moved, and these are up, down, left, right, front and back. Each of these 6 sides can be moved into 2 directions, clockwise and anti-clockwise. Each side of the cube is associated by a letter. The letters which we will use here are U for up, D for down, L for left, R for right, F for front and B for back. A plain letter means you have to move clockwise. A letter followed by apostrophe or prime symbol means you have to move it anti-clockwise. For example, R means you have to move right side of the cube clockwise, and R prime means you have to move right side of the cube anti-clockwise. Now let's learn our first algorithm. R, U, R prime, U prime. It means you have to move your right side clockwise once, then move your upper side clockwise once, and then move your right side anti-clockwise once, and your upper side anti-clockwise once. Repeat these moves for 6 times and your cube will return to its original place. For your convenience, we will rename this algorithm as right hand moves. Now it's time to learn our second algorithm. L prime, U prime, L, U. It means you have to move your left side anti-clockwise once, then move your upper side anti-clockwise once, then move your left side clockwise once and your upper side clockwise once. Repeat these moves for 6 times and your cube will return to its original place. We will rename this algorithm as left hand moves. Now, it is a better idea to pause the video and practice these moves yourself until you can do all these moves swiftly. We will solve the cube in 7 steps. Step 1. Creating a white cross at the bottom side. Step 2. Arranging the corners of the bottom layer. Step 3. Completing the middle layer. Step 4. Creating a yellow cross on the top side. Step 5. Arranging the top layer corners to its appropriate place. Step 6. Twisting of top layer corners. Step 7. Positioning of the top layer edges. Now let's begin solving the cube. Step 1. Creating a cross at the bottom side. The goal here is to create a white cross and align its edges with white color center. Now hold the cube in such a way that yellow center is on top and white center at bottom. At first, we will align white edges around the yellow center. We call it daisy because it has a yellow center with white edges. It's too easy and you doesn't need to learn any algorithm. Just try and you will do it yourself. After all the white edges is aligned to the yellow center, have a look at one of the white edge and check the color on the front side of that edge. Now align the front edge color with its own color centerpiece and rotate the front side twice, that is 90 degrees. Now apply the same method with rest of 3 white edges. Here you have completed your first step. Our white cross at the bottom is solved. Now let's move to step 2. Step 2. Arranging the corners of the bottom layer. In this step, You will have to arrange bottom corners of the cube into its right place, and your white side of the cube will be solved. What you have to do is find a corner on the top layer with white color on the front. Now rotate the top layer of the cube in such a way that white corner is on your right side, and match the color on the top of that white corner with its own color center. For example, if the color on the top of the corner is red, then the center of the front side of the cube should also be red. Now it's time to use our first algorithm, which we previously named it as right hand moves. R, U, R prime, U prime. Repeat these right hand moves till your white corner is settled in its appropriate place. And now apply the same previous method for arranging the other three bottom corners. Here, our bottom layer is completed. And now, let's move to step 3. Step 3. Completing the middle layer. In this step, the goal is to arrange the edges in the middle layer into its appropriate place and complete the middle layer. Now, find the edge on the top layer without a yellow color. Once you have found the edge, align the front color of the edge with the center of same color on the front side of the cube. Now examine whether the edge belongs to the right side of the cube or left side of the cube. If the edge belongs to the right side of the cube, then use this algorithm. U, right hand moves, spin the cube towards right side, and again left hand moves. Here your edge has settled to its right place. And if the edge belongs to the left side of the cube, then use this algorithm. U prime, left hand moves, spin the cube towards left side, and again right hand moves. And your edge is settled to its right place. Now apply the same method with the rest edges, but keep in mind not to forget where the edge belongs to, right side or your left side. U prime, left hand moves, spin the cube towards left side, and again right hand moves. U prime, left hand moves, spin the cube towards left side, and again right hand moves. Here we have completed our middle layer, and now let's move to step 4. Step 4. Creating a yellow cross on the top layer. Sometimes It happens when you finish the two layers, you already have a yellow cross on the top layer. If you are lucky enough to have a yellow cross already, skip this step. But if you see a yellow line on the top layer of the cube, then hold the cube in such a way that yellow line is facing horizontal to you and apply this algorithm. F, right hand moves, and F prime. And here you have your yellow cross. But if you do not see a line and there is only some random edges, then apply same algorithm. F, right hand moves, and F prime. Now you will see a line. Repeat the same step again. F, right hand moves, and F prime. And here you have your yellow cross. Let's move to step 5. Step 5. Arranging the top layer corners to its appropriate place. In this step, the goal is to solve the position of the top layer corners. It means each corner should match the appropriate color of the neighboring center. It doesn't matter if they are twisted, but they should be positioned correctly. In this case, first match at least one corner with its neighboring center. No matter if the corner is twisted. If the two adjacent corner is wrongly positioned and you have to swap them, then hold them in your right side and use this algorithm. Right hand moves 3 times, spin the cube towards your right side, and left hand moves 3 times. Right hand moves 3 times, spin the cube towards your right side, and left hand moves 3 times. And now we have all our corners positioned correctly. Though twisted, but we will correct it in next step. Step 6. Twisting of top layer corners. In this step, the goal is to twist the top layer corners so the yellow color faces on the top. Flip the cube upside down so the white color is facing up and the yellow color is facing down. Then spin the cube and keep the yellow corner which needs to be twisted correctly at your bottom right. And repeat the right hand moves until the yellow corner faces down. Then turn the bottom layer. Keep in mind not to spin the cube, only turn the bottom layer so that the another yellow corner which needs to be twisted correctly is at your bottom right again, and repeat the right hand moves until the yellow corner faces down. Repeat these moves until all the yellow edges are facing on top. Again keep in mind not to spin the cube, only turn the bottom layer. And here all the yellow edges is facing on the top. And now let's move to our last step. Step 7. Positioning of the top layer edges. In this step, we have to solve the position of the top layer edges. If you have done all your previous steps correctly, then everything should be solved except the top layer edges. There are two types of cases that can happen. In first case, there is one edge solved correctly, and the other one where all of the 4 edges are wrongly positioned. In the first case, where one edge is solved correctly, spin the cube so that the solved edge is in the front, and now use this algorithm. Right hand moves, left hand moves, again right hand moves for 5 times, and left hand moves for 5 times. Right hand moves, left hand moves, again right hand moves for 5 times, and left hand moves for 5 times. If the edges are not solved correctly, repeat this step again. In the second case, where none of the edges are solved, hold the cube with yellow color facing up and use this algorithm. Right hand moves, left hand moves, again right hand moves for 5 times and left hand moves for 5 times. Right hand moves, left hand moves, again right hand moves for 5 times, and left hand moves for 5 times. Repeat this step again till all the edges are positioned correctly. Right hand moves, left hand moves, again right hand moves for 5 times, and left hand moves for 5 times. And here your cube is solved. Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.